evening. I'd like to call the meeting to order and welcome you all to the Brooks Educational Complex for our August 8th meeting. Ms. Weathers, would you call the roll, please?
Mrs. Hines?
Here.
Mr. Hennigan? Here. Mr. Garman? Here. Mr. Luce? Here. Mr. Harrell? Here. Mrs. Tipton? Here. Mr. Jeter? Here. Mrs. Seeley? Here. Mrs. Mullet? Present. Mr. Betancourt? Here. Mr. Womack? Here. Mr. Paints? Mr. Lamar? Mr. Alfred? Here. Mrs. Belisario?
Thank you. Mr. Alfred will now lead us in the invocation and pledge.
Would you all please bow your head? Dear Heavenly Father, please help us work together for success here in St. Tammany. Please help us keep all of our students, teachers, staff, and administrations to have a safe year and a successful year. Through Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Alfred. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Recognition of visitors. Board members, do you have anyone you'd like to recognize in our audience this evening? If not, we'll move on to special recognitions. First one is Press Club of New Orleans Awards Presentation, Department of Communications. Mr. Fultz.
Thank you, Ms. Hines. Good evening, board members. Tonight we are pleased to announce to you that the St. Tammany Parish Public School System has won 8 different awards given to by the Press Club of New Orleans. 8 different awards, quite an accomplishment for sure. And I'd like to share those with you and recognize the people that were responsible for them. The first school system, Department of Communications, won 1 first place award and 2 seconds. Angela Davison won first place in Public Relations Infographics. This was her work for us on Proposition 1, 2, and 3 election, and we all know how well that turned out. So we appreciate her work with that, and I'd ask Angela to come up and please receive your trophy. Director of Communications Meredith Mendez and Angela together as a team also won 2nd place for Public Relations, Social Media, and Public Relations for our e-newsletter called Trey's Team Talk that we put out every Monday morning to our administrators. I told them I expected a 1st place next year, but we'll accept 2nd place this year for that as well. Since the Department of Communications began submitting items to the Press Club in 2009, we have brought home 5 first place awards. Channel 13 was also recognized at the Press Club's awards. For the past 6 years, Channel 13 has brought home 5 first place trophies. This year, Channel 13 earned 2 first place awards, 2 second place awards, and 1 third place. In the category of general news photography, John Harrison won first place for his Letters of Hope, which told the story of Lake Harbor students who wrote letters to Hurricane Sandy victims. Let's take a look at John's video.
Dear Hurricane Sandy victims, I am so sorry for your loss from Superstorm Sandy. I too have been in a freak storm.
It was very devastating. I thought that it was the end of my life and the whole world when I saw my house, but it was not. I am now in a very good place. Today I'm writing a letter to the people that got affected by Hurricane Sandy. We're doing this because we wanted to help them feel like they're safer and better than they think they are. And we wanted to just make them feel good.
Ella Thomason is one voice among many in St. Tammany Parish who are sending their best wishes to the victims of Superstorm Sandy through a project called the Train of Hope.
It makes me feel really good because I feel like I'm helping them a lot, and it's just helping me feel better than I was before, too.
The students are writing letters to the people on the East Coast, and we're going to send them to the schools up there. We had some students through Hurricane Isaac who had water in their homes, and they know what it's like to lose something and then to rebuild. And so I think these students still understand that it has affected their families in the past, and they know what it's like to rebuild and to feel for other people who are going through the same thing.
The letters, along with emergency supplies and toys for the holidays, left recently on an Amtrak train from Slidell, bound for the East Coast.
The whole school is writing letters, and all elementary and middle school students were asked to write letters, and some junior highs and high schools on a voluntary basis are writing letters. So we hope to have lots of letters to go over to the East Coast from Mandeville, Covington, Slidell area.
Just stay strong and don't give up. Keep moving forward. That's my motto. When Katrina hit, I did not know what to do, but I got through with the love of friends and family. Oh, I know they're going through a hard time up north because of the storm, so I'm just trying to give a little hope for them, try to make their day.
A little hope that can make a big difference. Rhett Sharp, Channel 13.
Congratulations to John Harrison. John, come on. Next, in the category of sports action videography, Rhett Sharp and David Williams won first place for their coverage of the Fontainebleau High School girls volleyball run at the state championship. Let's take a look at their video.
It's the state championship game, Mount Carmel versus Fontainebleau. You know, it could be said that the mecca of volleyball is right here in New Orleans, and at the Pontchartrain Center, they throw a party every year. Well, last year, the Lady Bulldogs crashed the party. Can they do it 2 years in a row?
We are never out of any game. We've come back from larger deficits than any team I've ever coached. It's going to come down to desire. How bad do you want to dig that ball? How bad do you want to score?
The Mount Carmel Cubs, the #1 seed in the tournament, came out hot in the first set, jumping out to a 7-1 lead. While the Lady Bulldogs struggled to get some consistency, they were unable to make up the deficit and ended up losing the set by the score of 25-20.
Fight till you have nothing left. Do not lay down.
In the second set, Fontainebleau and Mount Carmel traded points, with neither team building a big lead. But the Lady Bulldogs pulled out ahead late in the set and won 25-22.
You have to love playing games. It's killing me that I can't freaking play with y'all. This is the game you want to be in. Come on, let's go.
With the team splitting the first 2 sets, the Lady Bulldogs started out on a 5-1 run, forcing Mount Carmel to play from behind the whole set. Back-to-back kills by Aver Zimmerman and Morgan Marlborough moved Fontainebleau to a 23-15 lead. And a Zimmerman block won it for the Lady Bulldogs 25-17. Down 2 sets to 1, and with momentum clearly on Fontainebleau's side, the Mount Carmel Cubs rallied, eventually winning the set 25-21 on a Jade Sorrell kill.
They don't have momentum. It's 2-2. It's 1 game to 15. Don't let them be up and you be down.
With the Cubs seizing back the momentum, they pulled ahead early in the 5th and final set and finished out the championship match, winning 15-8. In a closely contested championship match, the Fontainebleau Lady Bulldogs ended up with the runners-up trophy, which was a really nice accomplishment for this team. Nonetheless, the Cubs closed the door on any championship party crashing this year. Tiger Edwards, Channel 13.
Thank you. Well, unfortunately, Fontainebleau came in second, but we did win first place for the award, so we're happy about that. So I would like to ask Rhett Sharp and David Williams to come up to accept those awards as well. A couple other mentions I'd like to make. I want to bring to the attention of the board that John Harrison also won a second place award for his story highlighting the career of the late Dr. John Swang entitled Imagine. Also, Rhett Sharp won a second place award for his work on Tchefuncte Middle School Black History production, a third place award for his work on Mathletes, and both of those were in the TV Infographics Awards. You know, our school system has a really good story to tell, but you have to have the right people telling the story so they can get out. I'd like to thank both Melody Swang and Meredith Mendez for leading both of those departments and the people that work with them. So Melody and Meredith, Meredith and Melody, whatever. Why don't y'all stand up, be recognized. On behalf of your both departments, we want to thank y'all for that.
Thank you, Mr. Voss, and I know the board concurs. Y'all do a fabulous job at Channel 13 and the Department of Communications, and we appreciate it very much. That brings us to item 2, which is board member service recognition. Mr. Jabbia.
Thank you, Ms. Heinz, members of the board. I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize and honor one of our board members for their years of service, Mr. Ron Bedencourt, with 10 years of service to St. Tammany Parish School Board, which we appreciate your service to this board, to the children of this community, and for the entire St. Tammany Parish community. Congratulations. And Mr. Clanton has a couple of pens to give you. So please try not to lose them. Thank you. Thank you for your service, Mr. Bedencourt. I appreciate it.
Congratulations, Mr. Bedencourt. Item 3, attendance awareness. Mrs. Araby.
As we all know, tomorrow is our very first day of school for our students in St. Tammany Parish, kicking off our 2013-2014 school year. We also know that research certainly indicates that if our children get to school every single day, that they will do extremely well academically. So with that, we'd like to ask Ms. Mary Kay Belisario to read a resolution about our attendance in our schools.
Thank you. I'd be honored to. Whereas children are the top priority for the St. Tammany Parish School Board, and educators earnestly work to ensure students grow into educated, responsible, and caring lifelong learners, and whereas a student's attendance in school can be directly tied to success in the classroom, and whereas students who attend school regularly are more likely to graduate from high school, find gainful employment, and typically earn at least 50% more than students who drop out of school, and whereas the state of Louisiana believes education is critically important and is dedicated to ensuring students receive as much classroom instruction as possible, and whereas parents need to encourage their children to attend school every day, and whereas students who habitually miss school are more likely to drop out of school, and 3/4 of the people incarcerated in this country are high school dropouts, and whereas truant behavior negatively impacts the entire community through a variety of ways, now therefore be it resolved that the St. Tammany Parish School Board does hereby proclaim the importance of attendance awareness and ask all educators, parents, and students to support efforts to promote daily student attendance. Be it further resolved that this resolution be spread upon the official minutes of this board, with copies being sent to each school and office site to be posted as a sign that school attendance should be a priority for everyone. And I so move.
We have a motion for the attendance awareness resolution and a unanimous second. Do we have any comments by the board? Do we have any comments from the public? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstain? The resolution carries. Thank you very much, Ms. Belisario, and thank you, Ms. Araby. That brings us to item 2 on our agenda, which is public comments. We do have someone who signed up for 5 minutes, and I would ask Mr. Blair Tucard if he would please approach the podium, and excuse me if I got your name incorrect.
It's too short. That's all right.
Too short.
Good evening. I really appreciate the opportunity to come in before you tonight. My name is Blair Touchard. I'm here tonight to represent the over 100 student athletes at Mandeville High School that participate in cross-country and track and field, and their parents as well. These students, athletes, have trained and performed on a track over the past years that is pretty much substandard. Over these years, there have been numerous track-related injuries due in part to the substandard track. Being so, we are here tonight to ask the school board to consider a full resurfacing of the MHS track complex. To the best of our knowledge, the track has not been resurfaced probably in at least 15 years. This request is based on possible future liability, and being that Mandeville High has the oldest track in the parish. Fontainebleau and Covington High on the east side of the parish have recently received total resurfacing projects within the last 2 years or so. Finally, we appreciate your consideration, and we hope you see that this project will positively affect the needs of the over 100 student athletes at Mandeville High, and also the entire student body who use that for physical education as well, plus Mandeville Junior High who utilizes the track, and the Chafuncta Middle School. If any of the board members would like to tour the facility at Mandeville High and then visit the other track facilities in the parish, we'd be more than happy to fulfill that request. Once again, thank you for consideration of this project. We have some photos, I believe, that's going to be passed around to you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your comments, bringing that to our attention. We didn't have anyone sign up for 3 minutes, so we'll move on to our agenda items. The first one is approval of the minutes from the regular meeting held on July 18th, 2013. Do I have a motion to accept those minutes? Motion by Mr. Jeter, second? Second by Ms. Belisario. Any comments from the board? Any comments from the public? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? So ordered. Item B is approval of the minutes from the special meeting held on July 18th, 2013.
So moved.
I have a motion by Ms. Tipton, a second by Mr. Alfred. Any comments from the board? Do we have any comments from the public? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? So ordered. Item C is appropriate retirement resolutions on the following certificated personnel subsequent to July 18th, 2013. And I'm going to read the list before I ask for a motion. Renee M. Arsenault, Abney Elementary, 33 years, all in St. Tammany Parish. Margaret D. Shane, 5th Ward Junior High, 17.25 years, all in St. Tammany Parish. Mary B. Meyer, Florida Avenue Elementary, 33.09 years, 19.76 years in St. Tammany Parish. Camille C. Dahmer, Little Pearl Elementary, 12.91 years, 11.91 years in St. Tammany Parish. Jacqueline S. Sandoz, Mandeville Junior High, 39.01 years, 26.50 years in St. Tammany Parish. Mary B. Allen, Mandeville Middle, 19 years, 7 years in St. Tammany Parish. Nancy C. Lilly, Pineview Middle, 39.26 years, 7 years in St. Tammany Parish. Denise M. Hernandez, Pontchartrain Elementary, 30 years, 12 years in St. Tammany Parish. Lee P. Love, Pontchartrain Elementary, 27.20 years, 24.65 years in St. Tammany Parish. Philip B. Sipos, Woodlake Elementary, 37 years, 28 years in St. Tammany Parish. Do you hear a motion to accept those retirement resolutions? Moved by Mr. Derman, second by Mr. Loop. Do we have any comments from the board? Any comments from the public? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? So ordered. Item D is appropriate retirement resolutions on the following non-certificated personnel subsequent to July 18th, 2013. Cedric J. Kasnave, Bayou Lacombe Middle, 29.14 years, all in St. Tammany Parish. Linda B. Zeitzman, Central Office, 12.71 years, all in St. Tammany Parish. Kimberly B. Warren, Lee Road Junior High, 10.36 years, all in St. Tammany Parish. Glenn E. O'Berry, Slidell Maintenance, 24.77 years, all in St. Tammany Parish. Do you hear a motion to accept the non-certificated personnel retirement? Moved by Mr. Womack, second by Mr. Harrell. Any comments from board members? Any comments from the public? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstain? So ordered. That brings us to E, which is the announcement of assistant principal at Abney Elementary Childhood Center and Bayou Lacombe Middle School. Mr. Foles.
Thank you, Ms. Heights. Board members, tonight I am happy to recognize and introduce to you the new assistant principal, shared assistant principal at Abney Early Childhood Center and Bayou Lacombe Middle School, and that is Ms. Kimberly Cootie.
Good evening, Superintendent Foles, Board President Ms. Heights, and board members. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to serve as assistant principal in this district. With 18 years of teaching and administrative experience, I vow to fulfill my job responsibilities with excitement and pride. My passion has always been teaching and serving others. I look forward to this extraordinary journey in St. Tammany Parish. I would also like to thank Mr. Woods, principal at Bayou Lacombe, and Ms. Tyner, principal at Abney Elementary Early Childhood Center, for putting your faith in me. Again, thank you for this opportunity. I look forward to many successful years in St. Tammany Parish.
Thank you.
Ms. Cootie, if you'd stay at the podium for a moment. Mr. Jeter has something to present to you.
On behalf of District 7, which includes Bayou Lacombe Middle School, Chadema Elementary School, Mayfield Elementary School, Monteleon Junior High, and on behalf of District 12, which includes Abney Elementary School, Abney Early Childhood Center, and Salmon High School, I would like to congratulate you on your appointment at Bayou Lacombe Middle School and Abney Early Childhood. Along with the fellow board members and the superintendent, we're glad to have you with us.
Thank you,
and we're looking forward to working with you. As you know, this year's theme is working together for success. With that in mind, I'd like to present you with this book, Schools Cannot Do It Alone, Building Public Support for American Public Schools. We hope you enjoy it and glad to have you with us. And please read chapter 1.
I will read all of it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Our next item is announcement of assistant principal at Abney Elementary School. Mr. Foles.
Thank you, Ms. Heights, for the position of assistant principal at Abney Elementary School. Tonight, board members, I'm happy to introduce to you Ms. Lisa Pye.
Superintendent Folds, President Heinz, school board members, central office staff. Thank you for the opportunity to become a member of this wonderful leadership team for our parish. I am very excited to take on this new role. I thank my wonderful husband and my two precious girls for all of their love, support, and encouragement. I'm honored to be a part of the Abney community. I promise to all of you and Mr. Alford and my Abney community and family that I will continue to give 110% commitment to our school and to do whatever I can to help create a school atmosphere where students are enthusiastic about coming to school and learning.
I'm not Ronnie Panks. Ronnie Panks is District 12, and I'm filling in for him tonight. On behalf of District 12, which includes Abney Elementary School, Abney Early Childhood Center, and Salmon High School, as well as the entire school board, I would like to congratulate you on your appointment as Assistant Principal of Abney Elementary School. Along with my fellow board members and with Superintendent Foltz, we congratulate you and want you to know that we look forward to working together with you. As you know, this year's theme is working together for success. I think that is a great theme for us. And every year, our superintendent comes up with a great theme for us to work with. With that in mind, we would like to present you with this book, Schools Cannot Do It Alone. And I would like to congratulate you for doing a great job.
Announcement of Assistant Principal at Boyette Junior High School. Mr. Foltz.
Thank you, Ms. Heinz. Tonight I'm proud to recommend to you and to have you recognize the new Assistant Principal at Boyette Junior High, Lisa Samir.
I would like to thank Mr. Foltz, Ms. Heinz, school board members, and the central office staff for this wonderful opportunity to work at Boyette Junior High School. You may have heard the saying that behind every good man, there's a good woman. Well, the opposite is true for me. Thank you, Horace Samir, my husband and soulmate, for allowing me to follow my passion for 22 years. It is hard to imagine the sacrifices that the family of an educator must make. To my children, Lauren and Philip, thank you for sharing your mother with so many other children. You have never complained when students called me mom and told you that I loved them more. You have given me some of the greatest advice about kids that cannot be found in any book. I'm very proud of the young people you have become, and I expect great things from you in the future. There are some other people who I would like to acknowledge tonight. My other family for 12 years at Salmon High. The moment I walked down the halls of the old school, I felt the love from a mother's arms. Mr. Byron Williams, thank you for telling me that I could run Future Business Leaders of America just like Jerry Leonard runs the football team. That one statement let me know that I could be free to take my students wherever our imaginations would allow. I also would like to thank you for telling me that I had the natural instincts of an administrator. Terry Wardman, I would like to thank you for trusting me with the 9th grade academy and nurturing my creativity. I have to thank Tony Rich, Saudia Blackman-Stokes, Jerry Leonard, Chanel Hawkins, 9th grade academy teachers, and the rest of my colleagues and friends at Salmon. I feel like we have shared lifetimes together, and my memories with each of you will never be forgotten. All of you know how much each of the students mean to me, and I could not take this step forward if I didn't believe that you will continue to take care of them as I would. Thank you, Christian Munson, my new principal, friend, and teammate, for allowing me to join you at Boyette Junior High. Strong faith leaves one to step out into the unknown. Just as I walked into the halls of Salmon, I knew I was in a comfortable place when I walked into the doors at Boyette. I would like to express my deepest gratitude for the wonderful teachers and staff at Boyette who have welcomed Christian and me with open arms. I have only been there for a few days, but we are already making big plans for our students. And finally, thank you to Mr. Javier and Mrs. DiCarlo for your commitment to making our school community even better and stronger than ever. The fruits of our labor will impact the Slidell community like never before. Thank you.
Lisa, on behalf of my fellow board members and the superintendent and the Boyette community, we welcome you and we look forward to working with you. And of course, we're giving you the book, Schools Cannot Do It Alone.
Thank you.
have announcement of the assistant principal at Pineview Middle School. Mr. Foles.
Thank you, Ms. Hines. Tonight I'm happy to introduce to you the new assistant principal at Pineview Middle School, Ms. Chrysonthia Childs.
Good evening. To Superintendent Foles, the board president, and all board members, I am so grateful and honored to have been chosen as the assistant principal at Pineview Middle School. In my search for all of the school systems in the state of Louisiana and coming from Virginia, there was only one school system that I wanted to work for, and that is St. Tammany Parish Schools. I look forward to the opportunity to working with my principal, Mrs. Diane Combs, and our school community of Covington, and I look forward to continuing the tradition of academic excellence of St. Tammany Parish Schools.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you. We have a book here for how to move from Virginia to Louisiana. Just kidding. The book's like everyone that says schools can't do it alone, and in our community, we don't expect you to. We want the community involved in everything that we do, and we're so glad to have you with us here in Covington and Pineview. Congratulations. So, good luck.
Item I is announcement of assistant principal for 6th Ward Elementary School. Mr. Foles.
Thank you, Ms. Hines. Tonight, board members, I'm happy to introduce to you the new assistant principal at 6th Ward Elementary, and that is Mr. Patrick Mallory.
Thank you. I'd like to thank Mr. Foles, Ms. Hines, and the rest of the school board for giving me this opportunity to use my administrative and my professional skills at such a wonderful school. I've really fit in there, and I really, really enjoy it. I want to assure you that I'm going to do my best to be an asset to the 6th Ward School, the community, and the St. Tammany Parish school system as a whole. And finally, I'd just like to thank my wife, Julie Mallory, for being my inspiration and my rock, getting to be where I am today. So thank you very much.
As you've heard, on behalf of this school system, you are representing the learning community of District 8, which includes Creekside Junior High and Pearl River High. And at this time, we would like to congratulate you on your assignment as the assistant principal of that school. On behalf of our fellow board members and Superintendent Foles, we would like to present you with this book, Schools Cannot Do It Alone, and in all that free time that you're going to have, maybe you'll get an opportunity
I've heard of that
read
book.
this. The author is Jamie Vollmer. It's a really good book, and District 8 welcomes you warmly, and we are looking forward to the expertise that you bring to your position.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
These assistant principals have hit the ground running. They've really done a great job, and we appreciate that y'all hit the ground running and keep on running through the school year. Thank you so much. Now we have announcement of parish-wide assistant principals. Mr. Foles.
Thank you, Ms. Hines. Tonight we have three people that we'd like to introduce to you as parish-wide assistant principals, and we'll take them one at a time. And the first one is Miss Maureen Mimi Leonard.
Thank you, Mr. Pulse, Ms. Araby, Mr. Jabia, and all the administration. Also, thank you to the school board members. I am grateful and excited for this opportunity. I look forward to learning from and assisting administrators from the best district in the state of Louisiana. Being a product of the St. Tammany Parish school system and now teaching here for 23 years, I can't wait to explore the new challenges that are ahead of me. In closing, I want to thank all of you again, including the wonderful principals and faculty and staff that I've already worked with, and of course my wonderful husband, Jerry Leonard, who was already mentioned previously, and my children for all of their support. Thank you.
Ms. Leonard, if you come back to the podium, please.
Sorry. I didn't know I got a book too. Good.
Mimi, congratulations from the superintendent and all of us on the school board and for the whole parish. We're really excited to have you as a parish-wide administrator. We know you're going to do wonderful things, and please take this book as a gift.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Our next parish-wide assistant principal to be named tonight is Miss Amy Dana.
When Ms. Dangerfield called, and then again tonight, she said more than once to be brief, so I'll have one word. Woohoo! No, very sincerely, to Superintendent Foltz and his administrative team and to the school board, I am very, very grateful for this opportunity, and I look forward to what the future holds. My principal, Ms. Bowie, has been extremely supportive of me in this endeavor, and she's not here tonight, thanks to Meet the Teacher. You know, we do start school tomorrow. So, again, thank you all. I look forward to this, and I hope we all have a wonderful year.
Thank you.
Congratulations there, as well as assistant principal there, and from one of my schools. I'm really glad about that. And on behalf of the school board members and Mr. Foltz, we know we're going to give you a lot of new administrative duties, and that we have the utmost confidence that you can handle all of it and just put the help with all.
Thank you.
Next up tonight for our parish-wide assistant principal is Miss Tamika Smith.
Good evening. I would like to take the opportunity to thank Superintendent Foltz, Assistant Superintendents Ms. Cheryl Araby and Mr. Jabbia, as well as school board members and human resource staff. I would also like to take the opportunity to thank my Clarewood family and wonderful administrators, Mr. Alan Bennett and Ms. Judy Camout, who both have been my inspiration. The rest of our administrative team, Ms. Jennifer Thompson, our RHT, and also our counselor. I look forward to the challenges that will arise with this new position, and I will work hard for our students, parents, and community to exhibit the excellence St. Tammany Parish represents. Thank you.
Well, Tamika, you made a major accomplishment tonight. Like one of your predecessors said, that from Virginia, that she wanted to be part of something great. Me and 14 other board members, we view it that way. We feel like we're the ones that are blessed to be part of the best school system in Louisiana. You've accomplished that. When we were able to reinstitute this parish-wide principal system, we felt like it was a great thing, and we feel blessed that it's here. It's kind of become the breakfast of champions. Many great leaders have been birthed out of this program, and we expect no less with you. So having said that, on behalf of me and my fellow board members, I'm Bob Wormuth, District 11. There's you some reading material. You've already heard about it. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Ms. Heinz, if I could, these people that you see tonight, these 5, as well as the 3 parish-wide, are a tremendous group of new administrators in our school system. And I will tell you, in all these positions that we had opened, many of you sat through these interviews, we had a tremendous, tremendous pool of candidates for these jobs. So the ones that you're seeing here tonight are the best of the best. Many of them were asked to start work the day after they were chosen. The parish-wise were actually interviewed today. All of them, except Ms. Childs, started the very next day. The only reason Ms. Childs couldn't start, she flew home, rented a U-Haul, and drove 16 hours from Virginia to be back at the office on a Monday morning to start work as well. So each one of these have already shown their dedication by hitting the ground running. Extremely proud of them. I know they're going to make us all proud. And if I could, I'd like to ask all the principals that are here tonight that have had these people working under their leadership to stand and be recognized as well. So if you're a principal for these people, please stand and be recognized tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Foles. Item K on our agenda is approval of recommendations from the committee as a whole meeting for Human Resources and Education held on August 1st, 2013. Ms. Mullet.
Thank you, Mrs. Heinz. The committee met August 1st, 2013 and has the following recommendations. The committee recommends approval of revised school nurse job description, and I so move.
Second. We have a motion and a second by Ms. Seeley. Do we have any comments by board members on this recommendation? Any comments from the public? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstained? So ordered.
Next, the committee recommends approval of the implementation of a $100 per month spousal surcharge with a proposed effective date of January 1, 2014, and I so move.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Just for clarification, that's $100 per month spousal surcharge on our insurance program. Do we have any comments by board members? Mr. Derman.
Yes, Ms. Heinz, I just want to clarify that that surcharge is strictly for spouses that have the opportunity to have insurance at their place of employment and opt out of that to come on to our plan. That's what that surcharge is in reference to. It's not just every spouse.
Correct.
Unless Mr. Jabby wants to elaborate on any of that.
You did a good job, Mr. Derman.
Thank you, Pete. Appreciate it. You've been in this a long time.
Any other comments from board members? Do we have comments from the public? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? We have an abstention from Ms. Bellisario. So ordered. Ms. Smollett.
The committee recommends approval of the implementation of a multi-year wellness strategy, and I so move.
We have a motion by Ms. Smollett and a second by Ms. Tipton. Do we have comments by board members? Mr. Lamarck.
That's the part where people are going to be screened with blood tests and all that stuff, Pete?
Yes, sir. This is where there's going to be the blood draw and a risk assessment done.
Right. Last week when we talked about this, I wasn't real certain of what the outcome was, but an individual can go to their private physician and have the same thing done, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the requirement is to have it done. The attending physician or their personal physician would just need to verify that that in fact was done.
Yes, sir. And the physician will be able to share with the other physician that'll be working with the wellness program the information.
He'll be able to share it, but he's not required to do so.
No, sir. It's all HIPAA compliant.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Mr. Alfred.
Thank you, Mrs. Hines. Pete, since we're voting on this tonight, and I know we had it in committee meeting, could you just explain to the audience exactly what this is so that everybody would know exactly what it is?
Yes, sir. Of course, we're going to hopefully do a great job of educating all of our employees prior to this taking place. If the board approves this tonight, then we'll begin working on this tomorrow. What it's going to be is going to be some medical professionals that will come out to each individual site and conduct a blood draw, which contains total cholesterol, HDL, LDL, triglycerides, glucose, the common things you have, blood pressure, those type of things, and also do an assessment, a type of questionnaire, just as your doctor would ask you, or if you went to the blood bank to donate blood, you go through and have you ever had this, and so forth. So those are the things that would be collected. It would be done by medical professions. We're looking at some in-parish medical professions to be able to do this for us, and hopefully at no cost to the school system.
And the other part, the HIPAA compliance and the confidentiality, just briefly, just hit on those two.
Yes, sir. These are medical professions, so everything that we're going to do is very confidential and HIPAA compliant. And it's, when I say we, it's not really we, the school system, doing it. These are medical professionals, just like you would go to your doctor. The same regulations that they abide by with your private medical information, these medical professions will abide by those same rules and regulations. We do not get any statistics or information on any individual employee. We may get a statistic that 10% of your population have diabetes, but we're not going to get anything, any specific on any individual. We, the school system.
Just a little clarification. I know, Mr. Jerry, when you mentioned that we'd be sharing with our employees, our plan is to actually have faculty meetings, individual faculty meetings with a PowerPoint and someone from the central office going to each individual school, sharing this plan, asking any questions or concerns that they would have. That's how we would.
That's our plan, is to educate every faculty, yes.
Correct. Thank you.
Mr. Bettencourt.
Thank you. Mr. Jobby, assuming we pass this, any new information on how soon we might get this implemented and get it started?
We want to have this, hopefully we'll have it going by the first of the year.
All right, thank you.
Ms. Seeley.
Thank you. I remain to have concerns for confidentiality purposes and cost effectiveness, just in case we do not have this covered through a complementary clinic. I know we had discussed that we may get some complementary leeway as far as not having to come up with funds for this. We have not gotten that yet, and I do have a concern. Also, the incentive program, to me, an incentive program, as with other insurance companies, will provide wellness programs, say a mandatory after-school exercise program, a mild exercise program, or just a check to see if you're doing your annual exams. However, if we don't comply to this, then what happens is we have an increase in our premiums, which in a sense, to me, that's a form of punishment to the employees instead of an incentive program. And I would like to see this done some sort of way, but amended, definitely amended to how it reads right now. Thank you.
Ms. Belisario.
This is still a little bit nebulous to me. If an employee chooses not to pay the $50 per employee, $100 per spouse, and $125 per family a month, and they go to their own doctor, is it up to that doctor whether or not he wants to share? Does he have that choice of sharing the data?
I think I don't know all the HIPAA laws, but I think the patient can give permission for the doctor to share that information, and they would share it on behalf of that employee.
If the patient did not give the doctor that permission, would those fees kick in?
Yes, they would.
Okay.
I mean, there's no incentive. Why you could go to a doctor and say, "Oh, my doctor won't do it," and I don't know whether you went to the doctor or not. And remember, the whole part of this is to get our employees well. That's the main focus of it.
I totally agree that we want to get our employees well, so I don't understand why we can't have a certified document from a doctor saying they had all these tests and they meet the requirements. I don't see why the data itself has to be given or the employee has to pay. Am I correct? The data has to be shared.
Well, if there's no data, well, let me ask. Lynn, would that authorized letter be okay, or would that have to share the data? Sorry, the letter would be fine. That's what he just told me. That's my insurance consultant.
That was my concern.
Okay.
If the doctor can confirm that those tests were taken so that we know our employees are safe, that's fine.
Yeah, and that way the doctor is telling us they've complied, I'm treating them for whatever is wrong with them, and we got them under control.
And our employees would not have a monthly fee then for that?
They would not have an extra monthly fee.
Okay, gotcha, thank you.
Mr. Lamarck? Any other comments from board members? Do we have any comments from the public? All right, we'll vote on the motion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Nay. Abstain? So ordered.
Ms. Mullet? Thank you. The committee recommends approval of the administration requesting proposals for on-site clinics. And I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on administration requesting proposals for on-site clinics. Mr. Darman?
Ms. Hines, I'd like to make a substitute motion in that we defer or delay taking action on the clinic study until another appropriate time, that further into this process that we actually see the results of these other items being implemented. And I'd leave that time frame open to the board or administration.
We have a substitute motion and a second. Do we have comments from the board on that substitute motion? Do we have any comments from the public on that substitute motion? Then we're ready to take a vote on that. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstain? So ordered.
And finally, the committee recommends approval of the implementation of employee premium adjustments effective January 1, 2015. And I so move.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Comments, let's get comments.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, Mr. Jabby, would you like to?
No, you can go ahead and get comments from the board. I'll go after
Comments from board
them.
members on that? Mr. Jabby?
The administration has looked at this, and for a number of reasons, we would ask the board that you may change this to July 1, 2015. I think with that, the premiums then would go into effect at the beginning of the fiscal year, so an employee would know what their gross pay is going to be from their first paycheck on, rather than adjusting it in the middle of the year. Just ask that if you consider that.
We just thought for employees' sake, it would be better for, like, when they start the school year, what their check is to have, instead of halfway through a school year and then their check change. And that was the suggestion that we would like to have considered tonight.
It was briefly discussed.
Right.
Do I have anyone who would like to make a substitute motion?
Offer a friendly amendment.
Yeah.
Friendly amendment.
Friendly amendment.
Mr. Darman?
Yeah, I was just going to say I'd offer the amendment or my second, however we need to do that.
All right, do we need to vote on that friendly amendment?
Yes, you do.
All right. Let's have discussion on the friendly amendment. Any discussion from board members? Any discussion by the public? All right, all those in favor, now let's see, would we vote on the friendly amendment first, and then we'll have to go back?
July
All right,
15th.
so all those in favor of changing the date of that to July 1st, 2015, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? So ordered. So now we need to go back and vote on the amendment, or the recommendation. So let's continue with our comments from board members on that. Do we have any comments from board members? Mr. Darman?
Just for clarification, this is to adjust the plan in the event that these other changes that we're implementing to help address our deficit isn't enough, then it's to balance the plan.
Correct.
Or in an attempt to balance the plan on a premium adjustment
Correct.
at that time. Okay, thank you.
Any other comments from board members? Do we have any comments from the public? Then let's vote on the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Abstain? So ordered. Ms. Millett?
That concludes our report on for the committee.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That brings us to agenda item L, which is approval of the recommendations from the committee as a whole meeting for business affairs and administration held on August 1st. Mr. Derman.
Thank you, Ms. Hines. These are the following recommendations from our meeting held August 1st, 2013. First, recommends the authorization for Superintendent Foltz and/or Board President Ms. Hines to purchase 1.29 acres vacant land parcel C.S. Owens Road, part of Lot 12, Gladys subdivision, Section 14, Township 7 South, Townships 7 South, Range 10 East, St. Tammany Parish, Louisiana.
Do we have a motion? Moved by Ms. Millett, a second by Ms. Seeley. Of course, I represent this district in Madisonville, and I'll just say that this property is very much needed, and the other pieces that we're talking about down the agenda, we've tried to buy them, and everything is coming to lined up right now, and so it's, in my opinion, a great idea. Do we have any comments from board members? Any comments from the public? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstain? So ordered. Mr. Derman?
Number 2, recommends authorization for Superintendent Foltz and/or Board President Hines to purchase 2.72 acres of land, 321 Highway 1077, part of Lot 12, Gladys subdivision, Section 14, Township 7 South, Range 10 East, St. Tammany Parish, Louisiana.
I have a motion by Mr. Loop, a second by Mr. Harrell. Do we have any comments from board members? Mr. Hennigan?
I'll just add that these three motions that we're making is to purchase a little less than 5 acres next to Madisonville Elementary, which is growing very rapidly, and we're transferring another grade there. So this is badly needed for that school. So I'm in favor of it.
I concur, Mr. Hennigan. Any other comments from board members? Do we have any comments from the public? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? So ordered. Mr. Derman?
Number 3, recommends the authorization for Superintendent Foltz and/or Board President Hines to purchase 0.7833 acres vacant land parcel, part of Lot 4, Section 14, Township 7 South, Range 10 East, St. Tammany Parish, Louisiana.
Motion by Mr. Harrell, a second by Mr. Loop. Any comments from board members? Comments from the public? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstain? So ordered.
Number 4, recommends the acceptance of Pitcher Junior High School renovations to the Teachers Lounge and Kitchen as substantially complete, subject to architect's recommendations, submission of all regulatory requirements, and approval of Superintendent Foltz, STP-SB project number 0818.3.
Do I hear a motion? Moved by Mr. Alfred, second by Mr. Loop. Any comments from the board? Comments from the public? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? So ordered. Mr. Derman?
Number 5, recommends the acceptance of Madisonville Junior High School additions as substantially complete, subject to architect's recommendations, submission of all regulatory requirements, and approval of Superintendent Foltz, STP-SB project number 1010.
Do we have a motion? Moved by Mr. Loop, a second by Mr. Harrell. Any comments from the board? I'll just say there's a lot going on in District 2 tonight. Any comments from the public? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? So ordered. Mr. Derman?
Number 6, recommends the acceptance of Mandeville High School re-roofing of the original building, Phase 1, as substantially complete, subject to architect's recommendations, submission of all regulatory requirements, and approval of Superintendent Foltz, STP-SB project number 1303.
A motion by Ms. Tipton, second by Mr. Hennigan. Do we have comments by the board? Comments by the public? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? So ordered.
Number 7, recommends the acceptance of North Shore High School paving, repair, and resurfacing as substantially complete, subject to architect's recommendations, submission of all regulatory requirements, and approval of Superintendent Folt's STPSB project number 1311.
Moved by Mr. Lamarck, second by Mr. Jeter. Any comments by the board? Comments by the public? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstain? So ordered.
Number 8, recommends the acceptance of appointment of screening and evaluation committee members as per the board's policy on selection of professional services, and I so move.
Motion by Mr. Derman, a second by Ms. Seeley. Do we have any comments from the board?
If I may, I believe, Mr. Foltz, if you correct me, we do this like once every 5 years as far as the establishment of the board and the evaluation process. Is that correct?
Well, we do the committee every time there's a passage of a bond issue and the projects that need to be there. As far as the smaller, tight projects in the rotation pool, that is done annually on a review, and then a new list is compiled every time there's a new bond issue and projects to be awarded. Did I speak correctly, Cameron? Thank you.
Thank you. I just wanted to, for the public's information. Thank you very much.
Any other comments from board members? Do we have any comments from the public? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstain? So ordered. Mr. Derman, do you have anything else?
No, Ms. Heinz, I'm worn out. Busy meeting.
Thank you. Item M on our agenda, certification of board members Neil M. Hennigan, Elizabeth B. Heinz, Michael J. Derman, Stephen J. Jack Loop III, Charles T. Harrell, Rowan B. Tipton, Willie B. Jeter, Peggy H. Seeley, Robin P. Mullett, Ronald Ron Betancourt, Robert R. Bob Womack, James Ronnie Pink Sr., John C. Lamarck, Ray A. Alfred, and Mary K. Belisario, in completion of 1 hour training for 2013, presented on August 1st, 2013, as mandated by Louisiana Revised Statute 1753. Mr. Foltz.
Thank you, Ms. Heinz. I do certify that the above-named board members did indeed complete the training as presented on August 1st.
Thank you very much. Item N is our back-to-school update. Mr. Foltz.
Thank you, Ms. Heinz. Board members, before we give a little update on the back-to-school, I wanted to call on Assistant Superintendent Cheryl Araby to give you a little review and update on our Administrators Conference that was held a couple weeks ago. Ms. Araby.
Okay. Thank you. Just last week, our Administrators Conference was held at the Treen Technology Center. It began with the superintendent welcoming all of our administrators as well as many of our central office people and introducing the new administrators for the 2013-2014 school year. Principals sat with their learning communities where they collaborated and continued to build the strong relationships which guide our wonderful school system. Technology training was presented by our own curriculum specialist. Blackboard updates, online learning, laptop, tech integration were some of the main topics offered. A wiki was created which allowed everyone to follow the conference electronically and communicate ongoing using our technology. We provided a perfect model for the whole entire experience for 2.5 days, which we knew that our principals and administrators would be able to bring back to their own schools. An activity entitled Zoom, based on a picture book, was led by Julie Mott and, yes, Byron Williams as well on Wednesday afternoon. This activity included our own board members who participated. Everyone enjoyed the time to travel around the room and visit with our administrators. Thursday began the updates concerning curriculum, compass, and instructional strategies. Administrators broke up into their grade levels, and C&I supervisors presented on each of the topics and allowed them a lot of time to collaborate and share ideas they had concerning the topics presented. All presentations and activities were provided as toolkits and were located on Blackboard so that they were able to use all of the information to plan and organize for their own professional development days for the past 2 days this week. Friday, the superintendent delivered his 2013-2014 message, Working Together for Success, which we have heard quite often over the last 2 weeks. He included his high expectations and his best wishes for the new school year. He also asked all of us to commit to continue to reach out to the community and provide all of our students each and every day the great academic things that they need. Everyone signed a banner showing their support. We all ended very tired, but ready to get ready for the new school year. So as our award channel, winning Channel 13, has prepared a clip which really summarizes it all in about 2 minutes. So I'm going to ask them to play that.
The annual Administrators Conference was held this year at the Treen Instructional Technology Center. Superintendent Trey Folse opened the event by kicking off the new theme for the school year.
Working together for success. And as you can see on our logo, there are many different gears in our machine.
Those gears include the successful partnerships between the school district and the community, government, employees, students, parents, businesses, and of course, the schools.
Success is not just a letter grade. Success is not just a test score. Success in the overall well-being of our students and everything that we need to offer to them as administrators.
Part of that success means offering conference attendees professional development during these 3 days. One session that engaged all administrators as well as school board members was a fun and interactive team-building activity. Called Zoom, groups attempted to create a unified story from a set of sequential pictures. This activity developed communication skills, perspective taking, and enhanced problem-solving skills.
This is where the bookmark takes you.
Another component of the conference was professional development for the administrators, who were offered numerous breakout sessions on topics such as Blackboard updates, new ways to manage faculty meetings, creative ways to engage students using the Promethean board, and various technology tools to enhance learning.
I learned so many different things that we'll be able to use, and I saw a lot of things that can fit across the curriculum, not just one specific core area, which I thought was really good this year.
One important advantage of the Administrators Conference is the networking opportunities among all the educators.
Yes, it's been extremely helpful. I've really liked being able to get with other administrators and bounce ideas off with them and kind of come up with strategies that we can implement at North Shore.
The conference wrapped up with the display of a specially made banner which read, "Working Together for Success." Administrators, central office staff, and school board members were all asked to sign the banner, a tangible way to pledge to work together this school year.
And when you sign it, think about the commitment you're making to yourself, to your school, to your principal, to your students, to your community, to make sure that we do everything we can to meet those challenges.
Melody Swang, Channel 13.
Thank you for that. Thank you, Cheryl, and thank you, board members that took the time to attend that, and I appreciate everyone's participation in that. As you've seen, I think you might have heard a couple times tonight, our theme this year is Working Together for Success. And as if everyone's efforts over the summer and the last couple weeks are any indication of what's ahead, we're certainly in for a wonderful school year. As we all know, there's nothing like the first day of school. So many things and so many people go into making that first day of school special. And as my own children have heard me say, each and every first day of school, you never get a second chance to make a good first impression. I want to thank everyone for that commitment, dedication, and hard work to make sure that that first day and all the days of this school year will be good ones for the students that we are privileged to serve. A special thank you to Cheryl Araby and Pete Jabbia. You know, each and every one of us has assumed additional responsibilities this year. Everyone in this room, all the supervisors have done that, and no one has done that more than Pete and Cheryl, and I certainly thank them for their efforts and the leaderships that they've had under the people that work for them in their office. Thank you. The success that we hope to achieve, each and every one of us in this room and each of the ones at our schools, can only be accomplished if indeed we do work together for success to make sure that we meet the needs of every child every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Folson. I know the board appreciates your many hours this summer getting ready for the school year, and we all do pledge to work together for success. Thank you for your leadership. Right now we have a few announcements. The first one is that tomorrow, the first day of school, Friday, August 9th. A special board meeting will be held at the C.J. Shane Administrative Complex on Tuesday, August 20th at 11:30 a.m. for the purpose of opening bids received for the purchase of $20 million of general obligation bonds, Series 2013. So board members will need to make an effort to attend that mid-morning meeting. A public hearing will be held at the C.J. Shane Administrative Complex on Thursday, August 22nd at 7 p.m. for the purpose of the proposed budgets for the fiscal year 2013-14. All right, before we go into executive session, we have a video that we'd like to show you, which we think will be a little start for our 2013-14 school year.
On the road must have a code that you can live by, and so become yourself, because the past is just a goodbye. Teach your children well, their father's hell did slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams, the one they picked, the one you know by. Don't you ever ask them why, if they told you you would cry, so just look at them and sigh. Your elders grew by, and so please help them with your youth. They see the truth before they can die. Teach your parents well, their children's hell will slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams, the one they picked, the one you know by. Don't you ever ask them why, if they told you you would cry, so just look at them and sigh.
I think that says it all. That's what we're about, every child, every day. I'm looking for a motion now to go into executive session because one has been called, requested pursuant to Louisiana Revised Statute 4217A2 to discuss the pending litigation, 2 cases listed below. Do I have a motion to go into executive session? All right, we have a motion by Ms. Belisario, a second by Mr. Betancourt. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, we're in executive session. Thank you all very much.